All right. Apparently we're live. How's it going? How's it going? Oh, man. I don't know how you guys are doing, but I am tired. How you
I'm pretty exhausted.
doing? We're tired. Uh,
Feeling tired.
yeah,
I think we do.
thanks for joining our live.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna go take a nap.
take a little nap here.
13 Moons Homestead, what's up? Oh, man. The Apricot Tiny House, how's it going? Man, we just been, man, we'll let people roll in. We'll let people roll in here for a little bit. We'll talk about what's going on. Uh, Shushin Satori Plants, how's it going? Kate Rogers, Gregory Lyon, Charles Speakman, Cindy, Back to Country Homestead, Aureli Valencia.
Looking sun-kissed, yes. I'm feeling sun-kissed too.
Oh, we've had those sun kisses all over. Man, the weather has been, the sun has been intense. It's been hot. These past couple days, it's been close to 100, hasn't
Yes.
it? And yesterday, we didn't get yesterday was just all sun. But today, we got a little bit of cloud coverage every now and then. You're thankful for that. You're thankful for the little bit of clouds that rolled in. Oh my goodness.
We have Vinder Singh, hello. And Robin's here.
Hello, Andrew. Well, how's it going? Uperman. Big Dreams Homestead, the Back 40. Jan Peterson. Built on the Rock Homestead. How's everyone doing tonight? How are you guys doing? We're tired and we're burnt. That much is that much is a given. How are you guys doing tonight? Oh, Ron living off grid McGarvey style. What's up? Glad you could make it. Oh man. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Yeah, we have started the Ferrocement portion of this build. So since we started that, it's just going to take a little while, and we're still working on it. Obviously it's a big roof. So no video tomorrow. That's something we wanted to put out there, because we just want to keep working, keep banging out this roof, and try and get that done. It's coming along pretty well. We're making some pretty decent progress. JCDC and the AZ, they're doing good over there. Wendy C, how's it going? Is it the kind of thing where you have to keep a wet edge? Yeah. So we're working with Ferrocement, and it's basically just a sand cement mix. And so the more you can kind of keep it wet, keep the moisture in, the stronger that bond is going to be.
Does the temperature affect how it works? Yeah, we've been having a problem because it's so hot and so dry here, and it's been windy, so we're having trouble keeping it wet. We have tarps over it right now, but we have to keep spraying down the cement.
You're using up a lot of water.
Yeah.
This is so far, I mean, we'll probably use more water in the cement portion than we have with the earth bag, doing the whole earth bag walls, which is crazy to think about. But like the pillow that holds a special place in our heart. A lot of friends chipped in to give that to us. But how have you been feeling about the Ferrocement? Other than the fact that it sucks up a ton of water.
It's kind of interesting. You know, it's something new that we're trying, but I think it's pretty cool. There's a lot of possibilities of like what you can build with that.
I'm pretty excited about trying out this technique, and we might use it for some other projects down the road. Yeah, just I think it opens up a lot of possibilities and just ways you can make things just about a lot of different things on the cheap.
Yeah.
Probably much cheaper than like going out and buying something or whatnot. Sure is rough here. Log cabin, porch swing, looking over a private lake.
Sounds terrible.
Ah, heirloom permaculture. I feel for you. I feel for you. Some people have it rough. You know, you gotta feel it. There's always someone that's got it rough. Back to country homestead. Do you have a secondary source of water? So right now we have 2 poly tanks that we have that we use for our main source of water. Once this gets finished and we start using this, then that will become our primary source, and the 2 poly tanks will become more of a secondary source of water for us. But other than that, it'll be strictly rainwater. Excuse me if let me do this. Okay, before I came in here, I was absolutely filthy and covered in cement head to toe, powdered cement. So I did take a shower before coming in here, but if my nails, I still look at my nails. Yeah, and I talk with my hands, so I don't want to freak anyone out. I didn't get to that yet. I'm sorry. What was I talking about before that? Before I talked about my nasty nails that I wanted
I
to.
don't even know.
People probably wouldn't even notice the nasty nails, and then I pointed it out. Now it's all people are gonna see. But other than that, I am clean, I think, for the most part. But I had to I took a shower and washed all this off, and then I got out, and then my face is still covered in cement, and I had to scrub it extra because I couldn't get that all off in one shot.
Yesterday, I think I got cement dust or something in my hair, and I had my hair in a ponytail, and it was just like one mass of hair all stuck together. It was horrible.
Yeah, it's tough. Got to keep washing those hands. Yeah, and I still have cement on the front of those hands.
Shushin Satori Plants asks, is there anything you guys can just grow there easily that you could just throw down some seeds and forget about them? Yeah, probably.
And you've actually been kind of starting some things.
Yep. Oh, we tried seed bombs once, right?
Yeah. Yep.
We could probably do just like native things like mesquite and things, just throw seeds out and they would probably sprout and grow just fine. Anything native.
Yeah. Steve says cement powder gets deep in your pores and almost impossible to get out. Yeah. And and we've been wearing gloves too. That's the thing. That stuff is nasty. 13 Moons Homestead says be careful not to breathe it in. I've been trying to be extra careful. I should have a mask on, but I've been just trying not to breathe around there. I just hold my breath while working with cement. Chickenlandia's into his ass. Almost Homestead, what's up? Yeah, I get to talking with the hands. I don't know why. Just on lives and on the videos. I don't know. Do I talk with my hands a lot? Otherwise?
Yeah, I think you do.
Pa, 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 pa. I gotta be as expressive as I can.
Junior P said I was watching one of your old videos and I was thinking I was watching 2 different people. Yeah, there's.
Yeah, I've gone through evolutions.
In appearance and probably your on camera, how comfortable you are.
Yeah. Took me a while to get comfortable on camera, and if you want to go back to the old ones, Yeah, you're just new on camera, and it's tough. I think it's tough to find your voice on camera. That's sometimes people can do it real easy, but for me it took a while. Yeah. Oh man. And then I think one of the biggest changes was the facial hair over time. Was one time I just let this all grow out,
Yeah.
and it was really bad, and it angered people. People got angry over my facial hair, like really upset. Like, shave it off. It's disgusting, and I get disgusted looking at your face. Like, whoa. Sorry. So I shaved.
And you lost weight, like,
Oh, yeah.
since our first videos, too.
Yeah. Probably gone through some weight fluctuations. Now I'm putting on tons of muscle and getting, like, jacked.
Charles says, I like the spaceship water tank.
Thank you. That does. Yeah, it was all silvery once we put up all the chicken wire over the top. I don't know if it'll be as spaceship looking once we get the Ferrocement. I'm kind of interested to see how it'll look once we get the Ferrocement on.
Yeah. Alan asks, how are you going to stop the cement from falling in the tank with nothing under the mesh?
Nothing. It's falling. Well, we tried. You'll see when we put the video up, but I tried just kind of getting under there and putting a trowel up
And
to kind of put back pressure on
we
there.
kind of read that people do that. Like, one person goes on the inside and the other person applies it on the outside. And it kind of worked.
A little bit.
I think I kind of wish we would have put something down. I don't know if we could have done like a Tyvek wrap or something, and that might have gone faster. And then just
Might have been
put
faster,
the
maybe even
cement.
use less cement, but
we
we got
would have had to do that before we put the mesh on.
we got tarps down there at the bottom
Yeah.
covering the liner now, so that'll catch a lot of the cement. So we're probably going to lose a bit of the cement, but
It's not too bad because we put a lot of layers of the mesh on.
and that really holds
So
it.
it does kind of catch a lot of it. And it's like a thicker cement mix too, so it's not real soupy where it just like goes right through.
At least I'm trying. Yeah, ACDC, JCDC in the AZ says, what about landscape cloth?
Yeah, that would work too.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and John asked if we're cleaning the inside before it gets filled. Yeah, definitely.
We have definitely got to do some cleaning in there. It's full of
Lots of things.
lots of things, lots of bugs, and
Oh man, some of that'll be in the video too. We had to get a bunch of lizards out of there, and then there were all kinds of different insects and spiders.
some of the scariest, most dangerous things are down in that cistern.
And I didn't realize that. I was barefoot down there, and there's like these camel spiders.
Camel spiders,
Velvet ants.
Oh, whoa.
Andrew asks, will you be draining down the poly tanks to make room for the rains, or just routing the overflows to the cistern? So I think our plan is we're gonna kind of reroute where the water goes, and just it'll go directly into.
Yeah, I want to really
the
make
cistern.
the cistern the main source of water and just pump it straight into there. So I'm going to be changing the whole water catchment system, make it super simple, super quick, have the water go straight into that cistern, and that'll be the main source of water.
And then are we gonna like pump the water from the poly tanks into that cistern, or just keep it?
Maybe, but I mean, by the time I'll probably just leave the water that's in the poly tanks, leave it in there because we're still going to be using that for a while. We're still going to be using the water from those tanks while we're building the house. So when the monsoons come, we'll start filling up the main cistern, and then we can still just draw water from the poly tanks while we're living and working and building the house. Alan Stiles says, what type of hatch are you putting on it? So we've cut a hole in the wire mesh, and we're going to make like a hatch out of the ferro-cement as well. And then we'll be able to kind of pull that out, put it back in.
I wonder if that's going to be heavy. I don't know. I mean,
it might be a little more.
We're not going to be, it's not like we're going to be using it every day or something.
It should be fairly light. And plus, you gotta.
So Kelly was asking a little more details about the Ferrocement. So it is it kind of like almost like a mortar mix? Because it's just instead of like the concrete where it has aggregate in it, it's sand and cement mixed. Yep. And then you put it over this wire framework, almost kind of like plastering it on, and it sticks in the wire. So you can make like walls with it, roof structures, like you can do a lot with it.
Do a lot with it.
Yeah, and then it hardens and got a structure.
And they put sand and concrete as well. And I don't know what the ratio is, but this stuff is pretty sand heavy. And some people do like a 3-to-1 sand cement mix, or even 4-to-1. Windy. And it's been used since like the 1800s, I guess, and it's a precursor to the reinforced concrete that we have today.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's interesting. And you know, compared to like pouring cement or concrete, I think you're using less cement with this method, right? You can actually do it like thinner.
Oh yeah. It ends up being kind of thin but very strong. Junior wants us to stop talking about all the deadly bugs and snakes. We're convincing him not to move. JCDC's getting a 3rd poly tank soon. Oh. Jim H says, in retrospect, maybe thin plywood between the joists that could be removed when finished to support the cement. Yeah.
Different water collection platforms will you have? Well, I think ultimately we're going to be collecting water off of any kind of structure we can. So right now our main collection point is the rain roof that we built, which is 2,200 square feet. And then once we finish the roof on the cistern, we're collecting rainwater off of that.
Then we also collect water off of our humidor hacienda. We'll be collecting water off of our shed.
And then our house when we build that.
I also want to start collecting water off our shipping container. I'll probably build a roof over the shipping container. We'll collect water off of that. We're going to keep building more cisterns. And then probably like, why don't you just get a well? But I mean, how cool is that? And much more sustainable if you can start collecting rainwater from various portions of the property and have it stored all over. And just keep increasing the water storage and catchment over time.
Will the cement be colored? We're just using regular cement.
Yeah, we could have.
We could
Oh,
have.
no, we didn't think of that. Nah, just plain old. Would you have one? Yeah, why you would have won? I shouldn't have. You would have been okay with the purple roof, right? Oh, Sherry, welcome. Better late than never.
Alan says it looks like a giant mushroom. Yeah, kind of does.
Jay from Almost Homes says, any plans for artwork, sculpting, painting on the finished cistern? Maybe a crew statue on top?
Oh, that's interesting. A Ferrocement crew.
Would you build a Ferrocement crew? Maybe. Never know. Now we have to. Mindful Homestead, what's up, playa? Carl asks, how are the chickens?
They're doing pretty good. It's been hot here, but yeah, their chicken yard is mostly shaded.
Mostly shaded or all shaded?
I mean, they get some direct sunlight at different times of the day, so they like to sunbathe sometimes.
But other than that, they're doing good?
Yeah.
You're doing good with the heat? And so far you haven't had to do chicken ice or anything like that, right?
I have not. I give them like cool treats.
So it's been high 90s, but plenty of shade, so...
And it's cooler in the shades.
Oh yeah, it makes a ton of difference.
When do you estimate you will finish the cistern?
I'm hoping...
I hope this weekend.
I would like to be done with it over the weekend. We have to be done with it over the weekend. We gotta be done over the weekend. We gotta make it happen. In fact, what's the first thing we're doing after we get out of those labs?
We're getting back out there.
We gotta get back out there. We've been working like sun up to sundown, or past sundown actually. I mean, how late were we out there last night? I think it was like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Having almost finished the cistern, could a rectangular cistern all on the ground be easier to build and put a roof on? I'm not crazy about rectangular, especially with the cisterns. I feel like, especially with cisterns, I feel like round is a stronger.
But what do you think about like if we could have done the whole thing underground? I kind of think like that might have been good.
Yeah. I
Maybe
think
make it wider.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, yeah, I don't know if we would have been as limited on the size if the whole thing was underground. So that's definitely a possibility.
Ron asked, do you use some kind of first flush system before it enters the cistern?
We do have a first flush right now, but I'm going to get rid of it. I'm just going to get rid of it and just go straight from the gutters that we're going to build our own gutters. We're going to build some new gutters to go along with this, and then we're just going to go straight from that to the tank.
We're not going to have like first flush pipes.
Maybe. But honestly, I think we're going to be okay without it. The roof really doesn't get all that dirty. The biggest thing I think are bugs, and then we'll have mesh screens before it gets to the cistern. And where those things are, it'll be super easy. Right now, I think it's kind of an issue where the screens are placed to keep them clean.
Well, you're thinking like the cistern's big enough where it's not a huge deal. Like if some dirt gets in there, right? Like dust.
A little bit of dust isn't going to harm anything. It's going to settle down to the bottom, and this thing is so massive, it would just take a while
take, like,
before,
years.
yeah, before We don't have to worry about any of that buildup in there. But we do have access hatch, so if it does drain down, we could probably pump some of that water out, clean it if we need to. And I am behind. Mechanic says, take good care of each other. You have a keeper. Well, I know that. Raven, hello, hello. Sister Key asks, are you concerned about algae? No. Now, as long as, especially with light, algae is big with light. If you keep light out of there, if no light can get in there, you're not going to have to worry about algae.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
And then if you
any
keep
organic matter,
keep it out.
those dead bugs out, or
Keep the bugs or anything like that. And we don't really have like any leaves or anything like that we got to worry about. So those are the big issues.
How much cooler do you think the water will be?
Man, I'm excited to find that out. I'm excited to find out what the temperature is. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pretty constant temperature all year round, and I think that'll help throughout the year, like if, through our pump and stuff like that, to make sure the water is, you know, clean and regular temperature. I can't wait to find out, honestly.
Do you predict or think that one day all of your water storage may overflow? I think it could.
Yeah, and you always have to plan for that. There's always the possibility of overflow. I mean, this thing is huge, and we'll be using water too, so like it may not ever fill up, but if it does, you gotta plan for it. So I do have, I thought I covered this in a video, maybe it didn't make it in, but I mean, we do have overflow pipe in there. I'm gonna make sure it gets in the next video. We do have 2 overflow pipes in there, 2 4-inch overflow pipes, so I'm thinking it should drain faster than water goes in there.
Superman says, I love the desert. I wish I could move back to New Mexico. Yeah, we love the desert too.
Yeah, that's why we decided to make it our home. Just kind of fell in love with it. And then, you know, what better area to start practicing permaculture than in the desert and trying to revitalize desert land? John Lowe says, curing concrete takes 28 days for full strength, if you keep it moist. How are you going to do that? It's going to be a challenge, and it's a challenge right now. So I think we're going to use just to have a system of tarps in place and just keep it light. We still have plenty of water to work with.
Yeah.
So.
And you got like a pump handle sprayer.
And that has been, it's been nice.
Yeah.
Tim says, how many gallons or liters will your tank hold? Just under 14,000 gallons. So I just kind of rounded up, say 14,000, but not quite that much, but pretty close. But that's going to be a lot of water. And it's just the beginning. Ron from Living Off Grid McGarvey Style asks, how much water do you use per week? Not including the cement job, just the trailer and the garden. Right now, I feel like it's been a lot more than we have been. So now as the temperatures have gone up, and plus we're working harder, like we're just drinking tons of water. And I just got to take showers more often because, man, it's brutal out there. I'm just sweating. So, how much would you say we've been going through? I fill this thing up. I think I've been filling it up 2, maybe 3 times a week. So maybe Would you say 50 to 100 gallons a week? Yeah, probably about 50 to 100 gallons a week. Or is it 100 to 150? We'll just say 100.
Okay. Can you use the water for drinking off the cement roof?
Oh yeah, that should be fine. You can collect water safely almost off of any surface except anything like tar roofs,
Yeah, anything
things
that
with
might leach chemicals.
leach chemicals and stuff like that.
Cement, like I've heard cement water tanks where it's actually like in contact with the cement for long periods of time, it might change the pH or something, which is okay for rainwater, which tends to be a little more on the acid side of neutral. But yeah,
But it just gets it runs off, so there
it's
shouldn't be
safe,
an issue.
and then we're gonna be filtering our drinking water too. So. Are your eggs cooked when you collect them? Almost.
Right inside the shell. Welcome to Chicken Land. He asked, does crew like to get in water? Yes and no. I don't think he likes
Can't
to.
swim.
Yeah, he's not a swimmer, but I think he'll get his paws wet, right? Or like part of his legs
Well,
wet.
we've taken him to. There's a place in the Chiricahua Mountains where there's a creek that runs through there, and we took him hiking there, and we took him in the creek, and he was having fun.
He was
like,
excited
just,
getting in the
in the shallow water, kind of
shallow water.
running around in there.
Yep.
But no, he can't swim. I think Peter tried taking him swimming once, and he almost drowned.
Yeah,
So.
that would have been bad. So, just as long as his doesn't get too heavy, he's fine with that. Living off grid, McGarvey's house says he's about 100 a week, including the garden. So probably pretty similar.
That's pretty good though.
Oh yeah, if you can make it like that, that's really good. Pradeep says, good morning, I am from Japan. I am always watching your videos. Thanks a lot, I'm really enjoying them.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Yep, Music Man says, asphalt roofs, no good for water collection. Yeah, I don't want to do it off of asphalt roofs.
Back to Country Homestead said, we just filled a 2,500 gallon poly tank by collecting with tarps, so you guys are a great inspiration.
Oh. Yeah, and we'd like to do like either tarps or something like that, or some kind of ground collection
Just for, like, a
system as well.
simple-
Some type of simple
Yeah.
collection surface. So many cool ways to collect water, and as long as you're innovative, you can definitely have plenty of water around. And start collecting it passively with earthworks and stuff like that. What a great opportunity right there.
Mindful Homestead says, we love freezing a head of cabbage for our girls when it's hot. That's an
Oh,
excellent idea.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. Jim H says you can always paint the cistern roof with silicone roofing. We'll use it on RVs and mobile homes.
Oh,
It's a possibility. Eva Williams asks, how do you filter your water, drain water coming into the trailers to take a shower? I had 20 to 30,000 gallons of rainwater. So we don't filter any water going into the trailer. All that is just the rainwater we collect. And that hasn't been any issue with that. Anything that we use for drinking, that all goes through the Berkey. And that's what we have right now. We'll have a little bit more of a robust filtering system once we do the house. We'll probably have water going from the cistern, going through filters and a pump, and then going into the house.
Oh, Mary Brown. Welcome to the Green Dream Team.
Welcome, Mary
Oh,
Brown.
that's
Awesome. Thank you. Yo, you're ahead of me now? Road to homesteading. Greetings, GDP. How's it going? Greetings to you. Thanks for being here. Jay Mercado asks, will all your water storage last a year now? I'm glad you asked that. You know, with the water storage we have right now, I think will last us to the monsoon season. We might do a video covering up on that, talking a little bit more about that, but yeah, we made it like one monsoon season to the next off of two 2,500 gallon tanks. I mean, how crazy is that? I wasn't sure if that was going to happen, but we did it. Water, we could still gravity feed water from those tanks into the trailer here. And, you know, obviously you need a certain level of water in those tanks in order to do that.
I think there's at least 3,000 gallons in there still. Right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, I mean, eventually at some point we'll have to pump it from the tanks into the trailer, but we still haven't had to do that yet. Like, I think even if we have to pump it, there's still going to be quite a bit of water.
Are you going to rest for a while before you start the house?
Oh, I'd love to take a little vacation.
No rest for the
No, we got to go. If by rest, it'll be building the gutters.
Yeah.
That'll be our break. And then we got to go straight into the house build because, one, we're on the clock. We got to get the house built before a certain time anyway, before our permit expires. But two, like, we want a house to live in besides this trailer, and just be a lot more comfortable living. So the house is super important. We got to get moving on that ASAP. In fact, we'd already be building a house, but we just decided, well, since we got to start the cistern, maybe we'll just finish that, then go to the house. Plus, it gives us more experience building with earth bags before we actually get to the dome portion.
JCDC and the AZ asks, how is your rain roof doing with the winds? Have you had to make many repairs or improvements?
No, it's been solid.
Yeah.
The winds haven't affected us at all.
We've had some crazy winds.
We've had some crazy winds. Yeah, it's held up really good. So I guess I did something right. Honestly, they could have been, you know, I could have put those posts into the ground. A lot of things I could have done differently with that. But I made the best with what I could do, and then those gabions, putting those gabions around the bottom, really cinched it in there. I mean, that thing solid as piles of rocks. Junior P says, what do you mean permit expires? So when you get a permit, you got so long to build a place, to build your house before the permit's over. You could get like an extension. You can get one extension. So how much time do you get for the permit plus the extension? Is it like 3 years or something?
Yeah. 3, or is it 4 with the extension? It's at least 3 years.
At least 3 years, possibly 4. We don't know. Yeah, you gotta get it done. Yeah, permit extensions. It's all about the money. As long as you give them a little extra money, they'll let you. They'll be like, you're fine. Kiri, Built on the Rock Homestead, asks, if your electric system went down, how would you make food to eat? Well, that's one of the kind of cool things about the trailer is that, let's say, solar kicks out, some of the things in here will still function. And we're still using propane, but we can use propane to cook. We can use propane for the refrigerator. So we have that as a backup option. You still use propane quite a bit for when you cook and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So that is something we're using now. We want to get off propane a little bit more. We want to, like, once we build a house, we'll probably switch more to like fire and stuff like that.
And I'd like to, I think you wanted to build a solar oven too.
Yes. Yeah, you got the sun oven, the American sun oven, and that looks really cool, but kind of pricey. So At some point, I'd like to try building my own sun oven and seeing how that works. Because that would be cool. Cook with the power of the sun. No stop, Prepsteada, what's up? Oh yeah, see, JCDC corrected. You have 3 years plus 1 extension. Frugal off-grid. Frugal off-grid, what's up? So you guys are amazing. You inspired me to get land in AZ, and now I'm building a homestead. Thanks.
Oh, yay.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, that's one of the cool things about putting your story out on YouTube and stuff like that, is you never know who you can inspire, you know, who you can encourage, showing people how to do things, how not to do things, and that's one of the big blessings, I think, about putting a story out there.
Oh my goodness, and Robin joined the crew pack.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Oh, we really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. That's so generous.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that. That helps out.
Amazing.
That helps out a lot. Abel Williams says, who came to your house to help you more than anyone else when you needed help? Brother?
My brother's been out here.
Because, I mean, he used to live here for a little bit. Yeah, so he's probably been one of the bigger helpers, probably one of the biggest helper we've had out here. I mean, he's been here helping us put up the fence, dig ditches, with the shed, with a little bit with the cistern. So we convinced him to leave his life in Wisconsin. We convinced him to leave his life out there, move away from his family, everyone he loves, move out here at a
Have him doing hard labor.
Yeah, then we put him. That's what he signed up for. No one knows quite the hard labor that's in store here until they like get there. They're like, what?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, like, and I mean, you only get a portion of it on the videos, but whew, it is a ton of work.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. My slice of heaven outdoors. What's up, Joey? Finally made a live stream. What's up?
Will you be using a filter system like Handyman uses between the cistern and the faucets in the house? Yes.
I think it will. I think it kind of will be similar to his. Yep. Elaine asked, "Have the javelina been back?" I haven't seen him.
No,
Not since you put up that fence.
Yeah.
And you did all that work. And
I know.
now they won't even come back. What's up with that? Oh man, I'm way behind. I was supposed to be at the front instead of way at the back.
Yeah, pool vacuums. That's probably a good idea for, if we need to clean out the bottom of the cistern. There's vacuums and things, so you don't have to.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Probably go down there and scuba dive or something, or drain the water out.
Ron Boots Farm, what's up? Robbie asks, how are the bees? Oh yeah, I think another good. Did we talk about the bees?
I don't think so.
Well, let's talk about the bees. Even if we did, we're going to talk about them again. How are the bees doing?
I haven't opened the hives for a little while, but I go regularly and just check on them.
Observe.
Yeah. So make sure they're getting water. All day long they're drinking out of the bird bath, and I have to keep filling it lately 3 times a day because it's so hot.
Yeah, you And like the bees came over and let you knew they were out of water, didn't they? At one
Yeah.
point, like.
Well, when we were working on the cement and the bird bath dried up, I'm like, oh, I forgot to build the bird bath because I saw the bees flying
the
around.
the bees started coming around. They're like, hey,
Hey, we're out of water.
a little thirsty over here. Can we get some water?
Yeah, but I just kind of been checking on them in the hives, and yeah, they're doing fine.
Raven says, I like the new group you started on Facebook. Thank you. Yeah. We were excited to start that group.
Yeah, it's a cool way for people to kind of come together and share what
Yeah.
they're doing.
Because I know the people that watch our videos, they definitely got so many different cool ideas. And a lot of people have questions. So I thought it was a great place for people to get together, share the ideas that they have. Great place to learn from one another, ask questions. Join the group.
Do you guys have the murder hornets down there? I don't think so. And well, I was talking to my brother, and he said they're tropical, so they might need a little more water than what we have down here. So I hope we're safe from them.
Yeah, I mean, the murder hornets, yeah, I mean, they may be angry, but they're not crazy. They're not going to go to the desert. The city says, I can't wait to meme up your Facebook group. Meme away. Well, we'll see. We gotta... Ooh, Robin Lanter says, I have 5 dogs. And let us know with the crew emojis.
Are they crew-sized dogs? Junior P asked, with the temperatures getting down at nights in the winter, ever have problems with lines freezing?
Ooh, that is a good question. We did actually have a little bit of freezing issues with this past winter. Nothing really bad, and we haven't had any issues with the trailer. With the poly tanks, some of the glue came loose and had a little bit of a leak, but I since got that fixed. So I was never crazy about the plumbing that I did for that. Any above ground pipes here have the potential for freezing, especially I have that port going down to like 1 inch.
Yeah.
So that's just not adequate. So all the plumbing for the house is going to be much more robust. It should be protected from any kind of freezing. I think we'll be good.
Did you get a crew cam shot yet?
We didn't get a... He's not very exciting today. Not that he ever is, but...
There you get to see his back.
Crew! He kind of almost did something. Did you see him shake? I said his name. Said his name and like,
His ear twitched.
Yeah, it's the thing I feel most bad about is he stirred up. He heard his name and now look at that. Crew! People want to see you. Yeah, the thing I feel most bad about is that cheetahs are meant for like the mountains and the snow, and they're meant for cooler weather. I mean, they got this really thick double coat, so it's insulative, but man, you cannot take the heat. So we use the air conditioning quite a bit, especially when it gets hot like this, and then we got to keep him inside. And if we're outside working and he's inside, he doesn't like that either. But we got to keep him inside for his own safety, keep him cool. Got to keep you cool, right, buddy? Living off grid McGarvey style asks like how cold it gets here in the winter. It gets cold. The winter temps here at night can get down into the teens. Uh,
But this past winter wasn't too bad.
it wasn't too bad.
It was like
Still got,
20s.
yeah, I can get down there. So I gotta be careful.
Nighttime temperatures.
Nighttime temps. Then the daytime is nice.
I'm planning on using soils with a paving polymer for rain and snow collection that will fall into an in-ground cistern. What are your thoughts on this?
That's pretty interesting. I haven't looked at it, but sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't see any issues with it.
If you have a good way of kind of keeping debris out as it comes in
Or yeah, I mean, is it used for? Will it be used for like all the water purposes or just irrigation purposes? My one big thing about like, especially when you start getting closer to the ground, you probably get more dust and debris and stuff like that, and it might be a bigger issue. That's the one thing. The teens might as well have stayed in Minnesota. Yeah, honestly, the city's dead. Sometimes it's like that. That one year we got snow, and we're like, how long has it been since we saw snow? That was crazy.
Yeah.
I guess that was kind of a rare thing. It does. We don't usually get too much snow at this point.
Do you think the house build during monsoon season will be a problem? I don't think so.
No, I don't think it'll be
Working
an
with
issue.
the earth bags, that shouldn't be an issue.
A lot of times that can even make things stronger. So if the bags can get wet, that's not a huge issue. That's one of the kind of cool things about earthbag. You can kind of, the biggest issue would be if we took too long and we did it in the winter, because it's more of a concern if they freeze. But I'm excited. I'm excited about getting the house built. That's enough with moving rocks and shoveling rocks. I gotta get back to shoveling dirt. Emily asked about a haircut for crew. That's the one thing, like, especially since he has a double coat. You don't want to shave him because it could grow in all funky and it could be really bad. Plus, the coat acts as like a protection for his skin, so it actually protects him. It'd be worse if he didn't have that. Oddly enough, you think like you got a big fur coat on, you're hot, take the fur coat off, right?
Yeah.
North Star Prep sort of says teens are not that cold. Teens for a low are not cold. Too cold for us, man. And now that the temperatures are going up over here, my cold tolerance has dropped significantly. I'm waking up in the morning with 56-degree weather, and I'm like, oh, it's freezing. I gotta put on my long sleeve shirt. It's terrible. But you want the heat tolerance when it gets hot. But the nighttime temperatures have been amazing. Good sleeping. In fact, you still bundle up. It's like near 100 degrees during the day. And then at night, she's over here under the covers. I wonder how many blankets do you have on there?
Paul asked, did you ever figure out why your solar kept kicking out on you?
Nope.
I think it might be the heat.
That's my guess. And I can't say for sure. The shed actually, it's not insulated a lot. It's built out of dirt, probably 6-inch thick dirt walls.
So it does have that thermal mass.
And I did put some kind of like plastic bottle insulation over the roof. I don't know how well that
Probably
does.
doesn't do anything.
It might do a little.
Maybe.
Because the temperature, I think with the earthen walls, it stays cooler longer during the day, but then the heat builds up during the day, so at night it takes a little while for it to cool off. So it's probably better than if it were just like in a wood box. But it's definitely something to be aware of, and we might maybe make some alterations to the shed. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta get used to the temperatures or start pressure. Heat tolerance. I live with no air conditioning. You get acclimated to it. Yeah, absolutely. Um, I feel like we probably wouldn't even use the air conditioning as much or at all if it wasn't for crew. Because, like, you get underneath that shade, and that shade does wonders for the heat out here. Oh, good night, Mary Brown. Thanks for being here. If you're not gone already. Robin Lanter says, 4 of our dogs are Great Pyrenees. The 4th one just decided to join our family. Great Pyrenees. Those are great dogs.
Yeah. Those are big dogs.
Those are big.
Yeah.
We probably can't get another dog as long as we have crew. Unless it's a similar size, and then you might be okay with that. But you gotta, it's all you need, heavy.
Yeah.
That's gotta be the right type of dog. Submissive, but not too submissive. Like, Crew has to be the boss because he's very, very dominant. But you almost can't be too afraid so that he thinks it's prey.
Have you thought about building with aircrete? Yeah, we looked into that, right?
Definitely looked into it, and a lot of people have been doing it. But you never know. Somewhere down the line, maybe we try it out.
I think there's a lot you can do with that. Very creative with structures. I'm not sure what kind of equipment you need for doing that.
Yeah, I have to do more research. Take a look into it. Mimsy's Garden, how's it going? City Set asks, is the javelina like a wild desert hog? They kind of look like it, but
they look like kind of like pigs. They're collared peccaries, so they're pig-like creatures. They have snouts,
but technically not related. So we're getting down to the wire over here. Just a couple minutes left. So again, we really apologize. No video tomorrow because we're just cranking it out on the cistern. We want to get that roof done. So, and limited time to work on it. So we're gonna power through. The next time you see a video, it should be done or almost done. I think it'll be done. Or we hope. So the next time you see a video, that should be done. So that's exciting. So hopefully we'll see a video out on Tuesday. Cross your fingers. But thanks so much, everyone, for joining us, hanging out with us for this hour. Really appreciate it. We especially want to do this live since we know we're going to have a video tomorrow. Many thanks to all of our moderators. Check them out. They're all in blue, and they help run this live run so smoothly as it does. So thanks so much, everyone. Have a good night. We're going to get back to work. Thank you for letting us take a break with you today. All right, good night, everyone.
Night.